The Go Idaho podcast is hosted by Greg Lingham and Ken Lee. In this podcast, we feature everything Idaho, including some of the most influential people in this great state. Now here's your host, Greg Lingham.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. We have an incredible guest with us here today. It is Big Bun Drive-In, and they
Well,
are
Tyler. He's not Big Bun.
Tyler from Big Bun. We love
You can call me Big Bun.
All right.
the owner of Big Bun. Tyler is here with us.
By the way, fun story. So I told my kids that we're going to have the owner of Big Bun's here, and they started laughing, and I'm like, "What do you laugh for?" They're like, "I like big buns." Like, you know that song?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry.
we've
sure
got it
you've
on the
heard
back
that.
of our shirts, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we bought into it and just run with it. Everybody says that, so
Good choice.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. Ken, you and I, we did a Boise battle back in the day. It feels like it was back in the day where we went to Big Bun because you guys have the best finger steaks in town.
I haven't found any better yet.
No.
I've been trying.
well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
work really hard on them.
Dude, we can tell because that meat is delicious.
It's game on, dude, for those.
All right, so let's jump into this. Let's get to know Tyler, the owner from Big Bun, a little bit. You guys have been here in town since 1954. Recently bought it from the Randall family, and one thing I love is the beef is never frozen. So let's jump in. Ken, you're a foodie. I know you're dying, dude. Let's get into it.
I'm a foodie. First off, Big Bun, the menu is massive.
Yes.
Okay, did that start like, we're going to do some icebreak questions, but I got to know this first. Okay, so did it just start with like the burger? You know, like McDonald's, like it was just the burger and then it just expanded?
I'm guessing so. So when it started, there wasn't that many restaurants around in Boise. I think I was talking to Tom Randall the other day, and he said it was probably 25,000 people in the whole Boise area.
Wow.
So I'm guessing they probably started with burgers, and then like, well, nobody has tacos yet. Let's do tacos. Nobody has
Wait a minute.
salads.
Wait,
and
no.
You guys have
drive-thru.
tacos?
Not anymore. No,
You used-
I probably shouldn't say that because then I'll bring up the taco talk again.
Oh, man.
Oh.
We had
They used to
amazing
have-
tacos, but the menu was huge. So we've narrowed it down,
Okay.
actually, believe it or not. The menu you see now is probably half the size of what it used to be.
Wow.
They used to have the budget burger, the
Yes.
Budget Buster burger or something like that. It
Yeah.
was back in, I don't know when it was, but we were actually having s'mores with our neighbors, and we were talking about how you're going to come on the podcast. And they're like, oh my gosh, in high school, we used to go up and buy the 35-cent Budget Buster burger or something, you know?
Yeah, and Tom was telling me about that. How he found out they were like 5 cents cheaper than McDonald's was. So he's like, man, we got to raise that price a little bit. We can't be cheaper than McDonald's, but we still have the burger. We don't call it budget anymore. We call it a junior burger.
Okay.
But we used to have a bag of budgets that was 6 budget burgers for $5 or something
Yeah,
like that.
crazy. I know, such a good deal.
Come
That
and order.
is-
It was tough because people would come order 4 or 5 bags of those, and our whole grill was just full of these budget burgers.
I can see that
We couldn't
happening.
help
I
any
can-
customers.
I can see that happen. Okay, so awesome menu,
Yep.
awesome food. But before we go deep into the food, we got some icebreakers for you because people need to know who Tyler is. If they're going to come there, they got to go. I mean,
That's
we got
right.
to hang out with you last time,
Yeah.
which is a lot of fun. But anyway, okay, here we go. Favorite movie?
Oh.
And he wasn't ready for this, by the way, so we're just throwing this on him.
I recently saw the new Top Gun. That's a favorite
Oh,
Oh, don't start!
Dude.
Don't start on Top Gun. This is the Top Gun freak right here.
Yeah.
He
was
dragged
amazing.
me to see Top Gun, and I wasn't a fan of the first one, but he dragged me to this other one, and I'll admit it was really good.
Yeah.
It was employee training. Let's be clear.
Employee training. Okay.
Camera angles.
Okay, yeah. No, it was great. It was very good. Okay, favorite food?
Favorite food? I'd have to say sushi.
Yes.
I'm a big sushi
I
fan.
love sushi.
Sushi guy. Okay, favorite Idaho destination?
Probably the Sawtooth. We love going backpacking up in the Sawtooth. We used to go once a year. We'd get all our buddies together and go up there. We've had groups as big as 20 people up there. I know you're not supposed to have that big of groups up there, but we took them all into an 11-mile hike. I forget what the lake was. The first time we had took them in there, and now half of them won't go with us anymore.
They're like, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Just to get up there.
Forget
The lakes up there are just amazing and serene, and get away from the cell phone range. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I see those
it's
Unplug.
big when you run a restaurant.
I bet, man.
A little anxiety too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, favorite 80s song? Everybody has a favorite 80s song, whether they grew up in the 80s or not. They've got one.
Right, Styx was 80s, right?
Oh, yes.
Come Sail Away.
Yes. Yeah. Good call. That's such a good one. And Styx is so underrated as an 80s band, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a favorite band?
No, I listen to all different genres of music depending on my mood.
Okay.
But I'd probably have to go back to Styx. I've seen them in concert
Cool.
6 or 7 times. We just went to Salt Lake and saw them, and REO Speedwagon and Loverboy, I think. But we're big into the old classic rock concerts.
There you go. If
Love
you go
it.
to see a band
Love it.
6 or 7 times, you're a fan. You're dedicated.
Oh yeah, man.
They
Yeah.
put on such a good show for, I don't know how old they are, but they rock still.
Nice, nice.
I don't know what we're going to go see once all them are done touring, but
Little Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
You know? Never mind. Sorry. Last one. Favorite holiday.
favorite holiday, I'd have to say Christmas.
It's such a classic. Everybody loves Christmas.
Oh yeah, how can you not?
It used to be one of the only days we were closed at the restaurant, so now
Oh.
we've gotten to where we close more and more days to give our crew
Oh,
the
cool.
time off and stuff. So
That's awesome.
it would be the one time we could shut off and pay attention to family and stuff.
That's
Dude,
good.
you guys are just amazing. I mean, that is just, it's an iconic location. It's iconic name. It's, everyone knows it here in town.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get on to Big Bun now. Let's get on to some of these questions.
Yeah. So like I just said, everyone knows it, but what makes Big Bun stand out? Like when people come through or come for the first time, like what are they just like, oh my gosh.
The fact that through the years, we've really maintained that old school feel still, while bringing in a few little technologies here and there and not being afraid to introduce new menu items and stuff. And now we're big on being able to provide something for the entire family, whether you're vegan or vegetarian or gluten-free, all of the above. We started offering the Impossible Burger. We saw an opportunity when we did a vegan diet. Every once in a while we'll do different diets for a little bit.
Yeah.
And you couldn't go anywhere and get a burger if you're vegan. You had to plan a meal to come bring to lunch to work with you. And,
That's true.
And we're like, let's just create something that they could drive through, get something like that. And then that was such a big following that we brought on some vegan milkshakes.
Oh, wow.
So we use a coconut milk base out of our soft serve machine, and they're pretty amazing. We came up with about 20 different flavors that are all vegan. So whether you're lactose intolerant, if one family member eats this way, another one is a meat eater, you can get everything when you come through.
Dude, so you vegans, there you go, man. And that's not it. I mean, the big fast food chains have done that, right? And I think that there's been a demand for that. But this, I call you a mom and pop shop, right? A mom and pop burger joint, classic. Like you want that just, but I mean, you want that greasy burger. I do, but I've got family members who don't want to eat that. So then it's cool to be able to go to a place and a mom and pop and get that. It's just not, you don't see that very often. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned go through. One thing that's unique about your restaurant is you have 2 drive-throughs.
Yeah.
Or 2. So that I'm sure that throws people off. Like,
It
oh my
does.
gosh, especially if you're a single going through.
Yeah.
How do you reach over? And so
Yeah.
explain that a little bit for
Yeah,
people.
and people are scared of it when they come through. That's why the one side's always a little bit busier, but the smart people go to the other side when they can get through a lot faster, because we have a lot of people that just, we can hang out the window pretty far.
I'm an experienced foodie. I always go to the you never go to the long line. I mean, come on, go to
I always
park,
joke.
reach over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always joke that we need one of those bank things that shoots the food.
That would be
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Just
the
like
fries
comes
were a
through.
little crazy though.
Yeah. So Tyler, when did you get started with Big Bun?
So my wife actually started in 2014. She started managing it, and I was managing a Moxie Java at the time, and she kept convincing me to come over here and try it. So I started on my days off. I'd go over there, working Friday night and stuff, and just fell in love with it. And we just fell in love with working together, which is kind of odd these days. A lot of people don't work well with their wife, but we mesh in different ways. She's good at different things than I'm good at, and we found that we had a passion for it. So we decided shortly after that this is what we want to do. I wasn't too good at school and college and stuff, so I was like, that's not really my thing. So I sold cars for a little bit and learned a lot from that, just in sales and mindset and all this thing. So we made our own decision right then that we wanted to own a restaurant, whether it was that restaurant or a different restaurant. So we just kind of put all our focus into that and just started working our butts off 60, 70, 80 hours a week and just soaking in everything we could and let everybody know that this is what we want to do. You know, if there's an opportunity to buy this restaurant, that's what we want to do. We're going to do whatever it takes. And then it just kind of, we had our setbacks here and there.
Sure.
We ran it together for about 3 years, and then we ended up thinking that we were going to reach our goal. So we had left there for 3 years to become partners at a different restaurant, and that kind of fell through, and we were starting kind of at square one. And we're like, what are we going to do? Well, at the time, John Blameyer, he was the sole owner of Big Bun. So he had found out that that didn't work out for us. So, and at the time we were working on a food truck.
Okay.
And he just one day, as soon as he found out that that wouldn't work out for us, he drove straight to the food truck. He's like, I'm 60, I think he was 65 or so at the time. He's like, I don't want to run the restaurant anymore. I want to make a deal with you guys to buy it from us.
Wow.
And that kind of just stemmed from, you know, us putting that energy out there and that goal out there. That's what we wanted to do with our lives, you know, and he knew that. And it just, since we soaked everything in, learned everything there was about the restaurant industry, he's like, I need these people back. And then he worked out a 5-year deal with us.
Cool.
So we've been there and we just took over in February. So a lot of people ask us, well, what are you going to change about it? Well, we've already been running it for, I think, a total of about 9 years now.
Okay.
So nothing's going to change. We've already made all the changes that I mean,
Nice.
other than grow and adapt with the times, you know, we've always tried to do that.
Dude, I love that you were just open about like, hey, this is what we want. This is what we want to get out of this, and we're in it to win it. Because I think a lot of people, they're afraid to share what their goals and dreams are. But you guys were just like, this is what we want. And thankfully, I mean, that's how it works. I feel like with a lot of things that come into people's lives. I mean, you guys got one of the best names in town. I mean, that has some longevity to it.
Yeah, we really got the best of both worlds, and we love Big Bun, and we got a 5-year gap where we could really put our work into it and see what we could do with the place before.
So what's the
ended up
number
buying it,
one seller? Like when people hit that drive-through or come in and they're like, Tyler, oh my gosh, I love this at Big Bun.
Just our classic burgers are
the burger.
probably the number one seller. Our Big Bun burger, which is just a classic cheeseburger with grilled ham on there, and then our homemade special sauce and lettuce. That is probably our
Grilled ham on the burger?
biggest seller. Yeah.
Really?
We're actually working on so we call that the Big Bun. We're working on a kind of value menu right now where we're going to introduce the Little Bun.
Cool.
So it'll just be a junior burger with a slice of ham on there. So for people that don't
I
want a
like
huge
that.
burger and a jumbo French fry.
Yeah. Well, what are are they shoestring fries?
Yeah, they're shoestring fries.
Okay,
Good
popular.
call, by the way. Good
A
call.
lot of people love the shoestring fries.
Yeah, you got to do shoestring.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like the thick, what are they called? Wedge fries or whatever.
But one thing, when you get your fries in the car, they come easily accessible. They come in a
put
cup.
them in a fry cup.
Yeah,
they can
and you
go
just sit them right
cup
in your
holder.
cup
I
holder.
didn't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
because we did the
We did the
finger steak
Yeah,
bucket.
but it's
Oh yeah,
so
that one's
is
still pretty easy too.
Yeah, that's pretty nice too.
So
Though.
it's right there.
so smart.
That
Get the
is
fries in the cup holder because the other fry containers just make a mess.
Genius, dude. Just put it in there, and then you're on the drive, and you're on your go.
There you go. We thought about doing a Big Bun bib too, so 'cause those burgers get pretty.
Yeah, they get a little messy.
Yeah.
But that's, as a foodie, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I expect, if I'm going into Big Bun, okay, I expect that I'm going to have a little bit of, sauce on the shirt. Like, you don't wear your good shirt going to Big Bun. You know what I mean? That's just, everybody should know that going into it. Although you can go easy, you don't have to get crazy there. There's so many other food items there. For example, the finger steak. We love the finger steak.
Yep.
I mean, that was so good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. What is your favorite item?
I used to, before I started noticing it in the gut here.
Okay.
I used to eat the Cafferty all the time, which is our finger steaks.
Okay.
But we put it on a bun with our homemade horseradish sauce, lettuce, and tomato.
Whoa.
It's pretty
Dude,
amazing.
the finger steak on a bun.
Dude,
Yes,
finger
man.
steak burger or finger stick sandwich or whatever you want to call it.
What's it called?
The Cafferty.
The
The
Cafferty.
Cafferty. Is it on the menu or is that a secret
Yep,
menu?
it's
item?
on the menu, and that it's kind of a cool story there. So when they named all these burgers, they kind of just named them after their friends and stuff at the time at Bora High School, and Cafferty family was one of the family friends.
No
And
way.
They had the Cafferty. One of the nights, the Cafferty brothers were there, and they had a guy that rented the house next door. He had just gotten back from Vietnam, and the Caffertys were out there lighting off fireworks in the parking lot, and there was some PTSD involved there. But he comes out of his house and starts shooting at him.
Whoa.
And one of the bullets went right through their car, right past him, and then he kept shooting, and there's about 7 or 8 different bullets that went inside Big Bun.
Wow.
Luckily, everybody was in the back of the building because they were closing at the time, so
Wow.
no catastrophes or anything. But that's kind of one of the cool stories that have happened throughout the years.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff right there. I love it though, man. The Cafferty
There you go,
burger.
Cafferty sandwich.
Now I'll
yeah.
know every time I go to Cafferty. Watch out for bullets flying.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome.
Go ahead. What else do you got?
Well, I'm curious, you guys took over, you've been running it for the past 9 years, you and your wife, and then February you kind of took the sole reins. Gosh, what, other than just, the other deal not working out that you're going after, what were some of the setbacks that you saw? I mean, we don't have to mention, the obvious one that everyone experienced, but like just from like just your day-to-day operations, or like what were some things that kind of like threw you for a loop a little bit on this whole, running a restaurant?
Being an independent restaurant, I think we're very fortunate that we live in Boise, Idaho, where everybody loves supporting local.
Mm-hmm.
So the community is just amazing. But it's gotten harder and harder to compete with being surrounded by corporations.
I see.
So our biggest thing is trying to be, as I mentioned earlier, trying to keep that old school feel while still being a little bit innovative and still being able to compete in the market and stuff. And I think that's where a lot of, you see a lot of old school joints go under, is they're kind of stuck in the great grandma did it this way, this is how we're going to continue to do it. While we still do that with all the recipes and the flavor and everything in the restaurant, on the business side of things, we have to kind of move with the times and bring on some maybe delivery and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. What I like about the location you guys have is, so you already mentioned the 2 drive-throughs. You have a walk-up window, which is kind of old school too. You don't see a lot of walk-up windows like that anymore. Yeah. But you also have that whole dine-in area. It's like a kind of covered patio, so you could go in the winter time, you can go in the summertime, get out of the sun if you need to. How long has that been there?
We started that in 2014.
Okay.
And we did kind of just the walls first, and then we added the roof.
Okay.
And then we put in 2 heaters out there and put the tent up around it, the windows up around it. So we keep it a nice 70 degrees in there.
Perfect.
We're hoping eventually put some heaters over that front walk-up window. So So essentially it's an indoor-outdoor.
Smart
still get
move.
people
I mean,
walking up
smart
there.
move.
Yeah. And we actually just did a investment out there and did new tables and walls and
cool.
everything out there. So you got to come check that out.
Awesome.
Well, and what I love about your location, it's busy. You're always busy, but you guys move quick.
Yeah.
So people might think, oh, that's such a hard location. It's not. With the way you guys have it set up, people can get in, get their food, get in the line, and those lines move fairly darn quick. For having that fresh food come out, oh my gosh, you're not sitting in line very long at all.
Well, when we did our video back in the day about the finger steaks, we were there. And we were trying to interview people in the line in the drive-thru, and they're like trying to go, and we're like, "Hold on, we're trying to interview you. Stop moving," So yeah, you guys move pretty fast.
Yeah, I contribute that to my wife. She's been in the industry for so long. She's just got this amazing brain for restaurants, and she could just walk in any restaurant and within an hour know how to streamline everything and speed it all up. And having all fresh food makes it a lot faster actually too, because you're not throwing a frozen patty on the grill and waiting for that to cook.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
I don't feel like there's a lot of fast food places out there that are still doing fresh burgers. I mean, I can only think of a few that do the fresh burger. Even big time companies, which you think that they would be able to do it more readily than like say a local. I mean, have you guys had any issues like getting your fresh meat and things like that?
We did during COVID, but then we had another
Okay.
company step in.
Oh, cool.
And they were the ones that took care of us all the way through that. So we stuck with that company. And
That's
it's a local
cool.
company built up of ranchers in the Northwest that
Nice.
they kind of create a co-op of farmers and do all fresh local beef. So
Dude, you're going through Big Bun drive-thru. You're getting Pacific Northwest beef.
So good.
Like just right there, just getting fresh
Do you
beef.
guys have a bison burger? I'm just curious. That just
no, we had an employee that's been really pushing us doing that. So we had a company 4th of July party, and I cooked up some bison burgers.
Nice.
And we're tossing the idea around. But
What about expansion for Big Bun? Are you
I
guys
was thinking about
thinking, are you guys looking currently for other places or?
Star, Idaho.
we're keeping our eyes open.
Star, Idaho.
We would, yeah. A lot of people have said Star. I think we could go Caldwell or
Yeah, you guys could go anywhere and just kill
yeah.
it.
We would really love to, because our biggest thing is the opportunities that were created for Joyce and I because of what we wanted to do. We have a love for all of our employees, and some of them have been with us 6, 7, 8 years, and the ones that have the passion for the restaurant industry, we really want to create opportunity for all of them. So that's kind of our
That's
biggest
awesome.
driver for wanting to expand to multiple locations.
How could you see that in someone? Because I don't know how old these guys are, but a lot of them are in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just look at some people and they're just like, man, he's got it. Like, I wish he could or she could or.
Not necessarily, because a lot of them, they don't really have it until you kind of grow them into that. So we put a lot of investment into our employees, and like all of our shift leads and managers, we put through this outward mindset program.
Oh.
And we make them all read a book that is called Leadership and Self-Deception. And it's really our management style of seeing people as people, and not, I think in the restaurant industry, especially in fast food, people manage and lead from a point of they see their employees as vehicles or obstacles to get what they want. And we try and see everybody as they've got their own dreams and aspirations and goals, and how can we help them get there.
Is this a drive-through restaurant, or is this like like a self-help coaching
I think,
place?
yeah.
I want to go work there.
We try to, because
Dude, that
we've
is
got
incredible.
That's
a lot of
awesome.
kids that start, and they come from different backgrounds, and they've got different habits and stuff, and we've got to try and break some of those. And there's only been maybe 2 or 3 people I've given up on.
Oh, no.
Dude, but that shows, though.
the
That
most part,
shows,
we
because
don't
when
work
you
into
go
them.
through, like, I'm not going to name any fast food joints, you go through and they're just like, they're grumpy. They always forget items. And, it's a 50-50 chance that you're going to get everything in your bag that you ordered, right?
Yeah.
At a certain chain restaurant. But when you go to Big Bun, it's completely different. And it shows, by the way. So awesome. Whatever you guys are doing with your employees, that's awesome.
And we are all about customer service. So that's kind of where it starts. It's like that top-down mentality. So if they're all happy, then they're going to want to treat our customers well. And
true.
they in turn see them as people, and they have their own problems outside of Big Bun. But what we can do is try and influence their 5-minute time that they're at Big Bun, and try and just be a positive influence.
I
on
just
their
want to
day.
go to Big Bun now. I want to go eat there every day now just to support them,
at lunch.
dude.
Let's head it down there.
I love this, dude. Seriously. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, you also have something for those 4-legged friends that come through the drive-thru, right?
Do, yeah.
Talk to us about that.
So more and more we see dogs in cars, and all of our employees love to see the dogs. They call everybody over and we're trying to get them back to work. But we were just handing them dog treats, and then we were like, well, let's just give them a little cone. So we have a little junior cone that we give to every dog for free.
That's so cool.
So
Like a junior ice cream cone?
yeah, and sometimes you'll hear dogs barking as soon as they get up to the speaker out there. You can't hear their order because the dog's just barking like
They
this.
know what's up.
Oh, man.
They're like trained now. They're like, we're Big Bun. Oh, I'm getting my ice cream cone. Dude, that is so cool.
We've seen a lot of animals through there. We used to have a monkey come through there.
What?
They would get it
A monkey?
I think they got it a Sunday. And this monkey would just jump up on the dash, and he'd just start jumping up and down when he saw that sundae.
Oh, I want a pet monkey so bad. That's actually been my dream since I've been a kid. So that makes me happy.
It was pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible, man. That is so cool. So other than, okay, we've covered a lot here.
Yes.
You know, you've got a menu that is fantastic. You've got all options for people, vegan, and maybe soon a bison burger, Ken. Maybe.
I'll try a bison burger.
Yeah, your location is perfect. It's easy to whip through, but you said something earlier. Your employees are infectious of like, they like, when they lean out, you know, they're happy to see you. They're happy to see the customer. I think that comes from your passion. I mean, like, as you guys, I think any owner operator, their joy comes from like seeing the customer happy, but your employees show that as well. And that's hats off to you, man, for that training.
I appreciate that. And I think it comes from us working our way up from customer service associate to now being the owner of the place. We can be a true example of what they can do if they want to work hard.
Yeah, you know the grind.
And so we can relate with all of them a lot better, which gets harder and harder as I get older. But
I know.
You got to stop listening to Styx and start listening to more Justin Bieber. That's why. See?
A couple of them are aspiring music artists, so we go see them at the Shredder and stuff every once in a while. So.
You might not know the answer to this, and that's okay. But how many pounds of French fries do you guys go through on a daily basis, or if it's easier, like when you order, like how many pounds of French fries you order?
So our sizes go from the small that's basically like a medium anywhere else up to a whole pound of fries.
Okay.
So we call it a jumbo fry. But so we go through about 600 pounds of fries a day.
That's like 4 people worth of French fries, dude.
Well, and we have tots and onion rings and, and all that other stuff too. So
That's
it's not
just
just French fries.
French fries.
Wow.
So we've gotten to where we have to get a delivery almost every day because we're in a pretty small building there.
Yeah, 600 pounds. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay. Wow.
And it really just shot through the roof when COVID hit. Our business just went up like crazy, and we really rallied all of our employees together and we're like, hey, we're going to provide the same exact service for all these people that are coming through that want some normalcy when they come out to eat. Yeah. So we only ended up closing for, I think, 5 days out of the whole thing. We closed an hour early, but that was about it. So, and we just, luckily we were prepared for it because we saw lines wrapped around into Overland all hours of the day. So they worked their butts off to get all those customers through, and then we were lucky that we did a good job and were able to retain a lot of those customers.
Good for you guys. Yeah.
So what are your hours? What are people when they swing by, or hey, it's a Wednesday night? Are you guys open all?
We're open 11 to 9
every day.
Every day.
Okay.
Yeah, and then probably this spring we'll probably try to get back to our 10 o'clock at night.
And then with the holidays around the corner, do you guys have a menu item that you bring back around the Christmas time, or an ice cream flavor or anything?
We do. We have them all year, but definitely sell more of our pumpkin shakes.
Pumpkin, okay.
We've got pumpkin, eggnog, candy cane is a delicious one. We use white chocolate and candy cane pieces in there.
Nice.
Ooh, my wife would
That's
love
an amazing
that.
one. Yeah.
Wow.
And that one's good, and the vegan shake as well.
Nice.
Okay.
There's certain ones that go well with the coconut milk base, and then certain ones that don't. And we do a chocolate Andes mint one that's really good.
Oh,
my
that would be.
My wife would love that one too.
Yeah, that would be good. So that's that, but that's on the menu. But it just happens to sell more around the holidays.
Yeah.
That
makes
cool.
sense.
Yeah.
Everybody wants their peppermint shakes or their pumpkin spice.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much ice cream we sell in the winter. When it's
that
freezing
right?
cold outside,
Serious?
we're still selling quite a bit of ice
Well, this
cream.
is Idaho, dude. The winter's just normal for everybody up here. I'm learning that. Like, just like, oh, so it's cold? Yeah, so we eat ice cream and we still go on walks. What? Like, what are you doing? Like, get by the fireplace. What are you doing? That's funny. So, location-wise, you guys are on the corner of Overland and what's the other street? What is it?
Curtis.
Yeah,
that's right. Okay.
You can't miss the building, big orange and black checkered building.
You can't. With the whole thing that the sign still spins. Does it spin or no?
No,
it's not spinning.
It's got the reader board and stuff. But
That's what it is.
We did
the
a neon
board.
ice cream cone and then neon around the top.
That's
sign.
what it is.
So you can't miss that, especially at night.
The big ice cream cone.
So if anyone's listening to this and they've never been to Big Bun, what is something you know that if they try this, they'll be back?
I usually ask people how adventurous they want to be.
Okay.
One, that people are always afraid to try, and then after they try, they come back and tell us how amazing it was. We have a Huckleberry blue cheese bacon burger.
Dude,
What?
I've tried a Huckleberry burger with blue cheese before at a different location. Dude, so good. Have you had that before?
No, I've never heard of it.
Throw the
But you guys have bacon on there.
Throw the bacon on there, and it just sets it over the
Dude.
top. So we get a Huckleberry pepper jelly from a local place. It's from Dorothy's.
Okay.
You can find those in Fred Meyer, I think,
Yeah.
has some. They've got a
Yeah.
little local section there. But we put that on there, and then a Monterey Jack that's marbled with blue cheese, so it's not like overpowering blue cheese crumbles. It's just you get that flavor, and then lettuce, red onion, the burger, and bacon.
All right.
Sorry, as a foodie, I'm getting excited.
I know,
dude.
I can
My
tell.
mouth-
Ken, like, you got to finish this before you start running down the Big Bun.
Dude, my mouth is watering, dude. I'm telling you, a Huckleberry blue cheese, and then you guys, the one I had did not have bacon on it. With the bacon, dude, that is money.
Money.
And it sounds weird. Like, really? You're going to put Huckleberry jelly jam on there? Whatever?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling
That's
you.
why I ask how adventurous they are. But a pastrami burger is really good, too.
Okay.
We do Swiss cheese,
that-
burger, pastrami.
So you had the burger patty with the pastrami on it.
Yeah, yeah. And we hand slice the pastrami. It's really good stuff.
Dude,
Man.
we didn't mention this in this entire interview,
Oh.
but we learned this from Tyler back when we did the finger steak thing, that so much of your guys' meats and everything that you guys do, it's not like you just buy it, throw it on the grill, boom, you're done. Like there's
Oh, yeah.
preparation to these meats. Like the finger steaks, you were telling us they marinate or something.
Yeah,
for,
it's about a 5-day process. So we'll cut and marinate for at least 3 days, and then we make our own homemade buttermilk batter, and then batter it and fry it. And
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
so
that's
good.
crazy for, if you think about
very
that, for
tender.
a mom and pop drive through, like to be able to still do it that way, right? Especially
Yeah.
how fast you guys are moving. And I mean,
it's
That's
pretty
crazy.
hard. We've got a girl that does all our homemade stuff for us now because it got to be so
Cool.
much that we
wow.
just have her doing that, and she does a very, very good job at it. But we go through 120 pounds of finger steaks a week.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Well, please tell
it's a
her
full-time
that we
job.
appreciate her.
I do all the time. So,
Okay, good. Well, we appreciate her too.
Absolutely.
but interesting story about the finger steaks. I asked Tom Randall when I sat down with him. I was like, "So I know you guys asked me last time who invented the finger steak. That's a big battle around here."
It is.
So he told me that his dad Bud was friends with the owner of the Torch. And they were collaborating with each other. They had this idea of making a battered steak that you fry, and anyways, they kind of came up with each of their own recipes. And he thinks the Torch came out maybe a little bit sooner than the Big Bun one, but it was right around the same time that both of them came out with one with their own recipe. So
That's awesome.
There
it's
you
got to
have
be
it.
one of the two.
There you have it.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. The inventor of the finger steaks right here in Boise. Love it at Big Bun. Dude, that's awesome.
That is so cool, Tyler. Man, I think if anyone is out there listening to this and you're driving through the Boise area or you're in the Boise area, you have to try Big Bun. You have to
Amen
go
to that.
there. Quality food, quality owner. They just care about you. So, Tyler, thank you so much for
Thank you, guys.
hopping on the podcast
I appreciate
and
you having me.
talking all about Big Bun.